Dear students, welcome to the coordination chemistry class. Say under paper 1. Okay. So in the previous class we have studied the magnetic properties of the complexes and determination by Gauss-Balance method. Is it? So today we'll move on to the next stability constant, stepwise and overall formation constants in case of complexes. Okay. So usually the metal complexes or a complex ion is a weak electrolyte. It is very weak electrolyte and which dissociates to a very small extent into its constituent ions or say atoms or species. Okay. So now the degree of dissociation in case of metal complexes is very small. That means they are almost or they dissociates very slightly, or that means very smaller extent into their constituent species. Okay. So for example, Ml2 is a complex which dissociates into M and 2L. M stands for metal ion and L stands for ligand. Okay, so the forward reaction is said to be a dissociation reaction, or Kd stands for dissociation constant. Okay, now the backward reaction where M combines with two ligands and forms Ml2, and that is formation of ligand, and the constant equilibrium constant is said to be a formation constant. The same thing, say here Ml2 when it dissociates it is Kd, and when the M combines with say two ligands it forms Ml2 and it is Kf, formation constant. Okay, so now the dissociation constant and the formation constant are so reversibly related. That means one Kd is equal to 1 by Kf, or Kf is equal to 1 by Kd. So smaller the dissociation constant, greater will be the formation constant, or it will be the more stable. So formation constant itself is nothing but stability constant. Formation constant itself is stability constants. So okay, with this we'll move on to the next one, stepwise and overall reaction. Say usually the reaction between metal and ligand is assumed that so metal ions are taken in aqueous solution and they are made to react with ligands. That means metal ion is associated with a definite number of water molecules. That means H2O molecules are coordinated with metal ion. During the reaction, the ligand replaces water molecule one by one as it enters or as it reacts. Say in this case, the metal H2O n times when it reacts with one ligand. Say one H2O is replaced by ligand and H2O is liberated. Similarly, so with this species, when the second ligand reacts, it replaces second H2O molecule and it occupies that position, and say water will be removed. And here it is L2 and here N minus 2. So similarly, this molecule when it reacts with one more ligand, so this ligand replaces third H2O molecule and occupies that position, and H2O will be liberated. So such reactions are said to be stepwise reaction, or K1, K2, K3, they are said to be stepwise formation constants. For our convenience, H2O is neglected and we can write the same reactions in this way. M plus L, so forms Ml. The equilibrium constant is K1. K1 is formation constant for first step. So similarly, Ml, the formula complex, when it reacts with one more ligand, Ml2 will be formed and K2 will be the formation constant. So Ml2 when it is made to react with one more ligand, say it is K3, formation constant, and gives Ml3. So for this reaction, K3 will be the stepwise formation constant. Okay, so in each case one can write down K1 according to equilibrium rules, isn't it? Say the equilibrium constant is nothing but it is the ratio between concentration of products divided by concentration of the reactants, isn't it? Or product of the concentration of reactants. So in first case, K1 is equal to concentration of product Ml divided by concentration of M into concentration of L. Similarly, in the second case, K2, concentration of K2 is equal to what? Concentration of product, that is concentration of Ml2 divided by concentration of reactants. Concentration of reactants means here concentration of Ml into concentration of L. Okay. Similarly, in case of third step, K3, it is concentration of the product Ml3 divided by concentration of the reactants. That means there are two reactants, therefore the product of concentration of reactants. That means concentration of Ml2 into L. Okay. Now, these are the three steps. They are same by avoiding the H2O for our convenience. M is taken and L is omitted. H2O is omitted, and thereby same three reactions are rewritten here, and in each case K1 is written. So okay, the same reaction can be written in this way. That is said to be overall reaction. That means when the metal ion reacts with three ligands, it forms Ml3, isn't it? And in this case, the formation reaction, or the say formation constant, is denoted by beta 3. Beta 3 stands for overall formation constant for three-stage reactions, and this involves three-stage reactions, and the beta 3 is equal to concentration of product Ml3 divided by M into concentration of M into concentration of L raised to 3. They are 3 in number, therefore this is the formation. And now the relation between K and beta 3, that means stepwise formation constants and overall formation constant is given by, say for the three-stage reaction, beta 3 is equal to K1 into K2 into K3. So if you by putting these three K1 into K2 into K3, by cancelling all the factors, you will get the same one, that is Ml3 divided by M into L raised to 3. Okay, so all the possible factors will be cancelled, and by multiplying this into this into this, you will get this one. That means beta 3 is equal to K1, K2, K3. Okay, so here the K1, K2, K3 are said to be stepwise formation constants, and beta 3 is said to be overall formation constant for three-stage reaction. Okay, now with this we'll move on to the next one, trends in stepwise formation constants. So trends in the sense, say the rate of or the value of Kf reaction, Kf, that means formation constant, it decreases in each step. That means, say for example, during the formation of this copper amine, for example, during the formation of this copper amine, that is CuNH3 4 times plus 2. That means copper ion reacts with 4 ammonia molecules. Okay, so now if you look at the stepwise reactions, see here Cu2 plus, it reacts with first NH3, forms this complex, and the K1 is found to be 10 raised to 4.15. See the formed one, when it reacts with one more NH3, second NH3, it forms this complex, and K2 is found to be 3.5. It is a formation constant for second step. So in the third step, this formed one reacts with the third NH3 molecule, gives CuNH3 thrice raised to plus 2. K3 is found to be 2.89, and the CuNH3 thrice, when it is made to react with the fourth ligand, that means fourth NH3 molecule, it forms CuNH3 4 times plus 2, and K4 is found to be 2.13. Okay, so now K1, it is 10 raised to 4.15, K2 10 raised to 3.15, K3 10 raised to 2.89, K4 10 raised to 2.13. So there is a decrease in, there is a trend. What sort of trend is there here? There is a decrease in formation constant values, is it? So now on the overall reaction for this 4-step reaction, one can write down Cu2 plus 4NH3 gives CuNH3 4 times. This formation constant, it is a overall formation constant which is denoted by beta 4. And now the beta 4 can be calculated by taking these values. So beta 4, as you know how they are related. So beta 4 is related with formation stepwise formation constant in this form, K1 into K2 into K3 into K4 gives you beta 4, and by multiplying all these things and adding the power. So all the powers here 10 raised to 12.67. This will be the formation constant for cupramine complex. Okay, and if you look at the values, there is a decrease, and there are certain reasons for this decrease in formation constants in each step as you move further. Okay, so the factors that affect the say decrease in formation constant is, one is the statistical factor, second one is the steric factor, and the third one is the electrostatic factor. So statistical factor in the sense, say the number of H2O molecules. So number of H2O molecules, it decreases. Say here it is N, and in this case it is N minus 1, in this case it is N minus 2. So as the number of coordinated water molecule decreases, the K value, that means Kf value, decreases in each step. Okay, so this is said to be a statistical factor. Okay, now the second one is steric factor. Steric factor in the sense, say here in this case, say uh, if you take the same here, suppose ligand is bulkier in group like NH3. Okay, so if the ligand is a bulkier group, and when it enters, when it reacts with the metal ion, say it is bulkier than H2O molecule, L is bulkier than H2O molecule, L is bulkier than H2O molecule, there will be a steric hindrance. There will be a steric hindrance due to the entrance of bulkier group than H2O, and thereby there is a decrease in, say, formation constant value. This is the second factor, that is said to be a steric factor. And the last one is electrostatic factor. Electrostatic factor in the sense, say this in this case, so already ligand is present and the second ligand is entering. So the like species repel each other. So already ligand is present and the next ligand is entering, and thereby there is a repulsion between the entering ligand and already present ligand. And this is said to be electrostatic repulsion between the reacting species. That means between the species already present with the metal ion and the entering species. That means ligand and entering ligand. So thereby once again there is a decrease in, say, formation constant. Okay. So with this we'll discuss in the next class. Thank you.